The views expressed in this video presentation are my opinions and not necessarily the opinions of guests and others sharing or reposting this video. The content is produced only for educational and informational purposes. Do not regard any statements in this video as a recommendation to buy or sell any financial instrument. Investing comes with risk to loss of principal. Always conduct your own research and seek guidance from a professional investment advisor. I am not a professional investment advisor. I'm Dollar Will. Give me a second here. Get my. We'll talk about Moderna. They're making a vaccine, and you know what the vaccine is for. I don't have to spell that out. Everybody's waiting that. Okay, so what we have on the screen here, obviously, is Moderna. I'm gonna come back to this. I just want to show you what's happened, just roughly since August last year, about $12 up to around 86. We'll get back to this. On the news front, the UK, this came out Friday, is doing a huge vaccine test. China is too, so the world is tackling this problem. And there seems to be a lot of good news coming from lots of sectors about possibly having a vaccine next year. I would love to hear that we can get one sooner, but I understand those. I hear that process takes so long. Let's see, British researchers testing an experimental vaccine against the new, that word, are moving into advanced studies and aim to immunize more than 10,000 people to determine if the shot works. That's great. And let's see, in those cases, Friday, Chinese scientists who are developing a similar vaccine reported promising results from their own first step testing, seeing hope for immune reactions and no serious side effects in 108 vaccinated people. Okay. All right, that's pretty good. So all's good. I put this link below the video if you want to read it. I'm not going to read it all. Now, you saw that price rise here in Moderna. So we're talking about, I'm looking at for that information box here, the date on it. Okay, so this was this little gap, you see, this little space here. That's this past week. So it really got rolling this past week. Now, we covered this stock. We talked about it a couple of weeks ago with Maddie Ghost. I had projected the thing would run. It was about here. I think. Let me see. I think I had it topping out somewhere like here. And the fact that it overshot it by such a large margin has caused me to change my perspective of what's going on with this chart. Okay, technical analysis is not perfect. Okay, it's a process of probability, looking at the what we know about the way prices move, how trends change direction, and as the new information comes in from the chart movements, we update the projection. Okay, so usually when a stock is going down, it'll have a minor snapback. Okay, minor. It doesn't. This would not constitute minor. Okay, so when I see something this significant, it says, okay, we don't have a snackback rally in the context of a larger downtrend. We have a reversal. Okay, and the problem with this particular company that doesn't have a lot of data for as far as chart data, and in technical analysis, we use the past. Okay, the price itself and the stock's own price, as well as the price of the industry that it's in, because stocks belong in industries, and those industries belong to sectors, and sectors and industries they rise and fall, and and the stocks within those sectors and industries rise and fall together. That's more the rule than the exception. Okay, it's far, far more the rule. So you must just accept it as the rule. Okay, so even a good company, people generally won't buy a company that's a great company if that sector or industry is having trouble. People will wait until it clears up, because there's a saying that the tide raises all boats. Okay. I think it goes, the tide raises all boats and sinks all ships, or something like that. But that's the basically, a company can't outperform its industry and sector. So, but Moderna does not have a lot of data, so it's kind of difficult to make this call. I think I said it on the show. But back to this news thing, I want to get into a little bit more news. I'm going to circle back around to what I think is going to happen with this chart. Let's see, this is from CNN, and like I said, all these links are below the video. This Moderna unveiled encouraging vaccine results. Then top executives dumped nearly $30 million of stock. All right. It's not as sinister as it sounds. I think people are making a lot of it. People are going to make a lot of it. Let me say this right at the break. Companies sell stocks for one reason, and one reason only, and that is to make money. Okay? Companies make money from, of course, selling their product. They make money from selling bonds. I guess no, that's not making money. It's a debt. Okay, they get an infusion of money by selling corporate bonds that you buy, or basically you loan them money. You buy their stock, and so when companies sell shares, that's how they raise money. That is the purpose of, from the perspective of a company, the purpose of getting involved in the stock market is to raise money. Okay, so everybody's in it for money. We work for money. The people at Moderna, of course, work for money. So I don't know why people got it, got their underwear in a twist because some executives at Moderna sold some stock. We don't work for free. All right. It says Moderna's stock price rocketed as much as 30% on Monday after the biotech company announced promising early results for its vaccine. As ordinary investors piled in, two insiders were quietly heading for the exits. Moderna's chief financial officer and chief medical officer executed options and sold nearly $30 million of shares combined on Monday and Tuesday, SEC filings reviewed by CNN Business Show. So when big executives, when they sell large amounts, they have to make that known to the SEC. So, and I mentioned earlier on this channel, you see me look at the options market to see where a stock is headed. This is showing you right here how that works. Okay, because you have stock options, and people buy and sell the options, and when they decide to exercise the options, then you'll see a big move in the stock market proper. So that's a way to check out what's going on. Let me see, get a little tip of what's going on in the stock market. But if you want to know how to do all that, join my Patreon. Okay, the sales occurred after Moderna excited Wall Street before markets opened Monday by announcing encouraging vaccine trial results. Moderna's market value swelled to $29 billion, even though the company has no marketed products. I want to stop right here. So the brother I had I guess in exchange with in my chat recently, let's just say, this is proof that prices move on expectation. Companies don't have to have profits. That's technical analysis. Okay, so you can study earnings and all that stuff, but if there are no earnings, You know, I mean, of course, everyone thinks, of course, you know, it's right to believe that this thing is going to make money. But this is like one example of how companies don't have to have any earnings or profit at that moment. Okay. And many companies, especially in that pharmaceutical space, everything can go well and they can get to a final trial and they find that the drug doesn't work or it has a side effect that's intolerable. You know, we can't take the failure rate of it because the side effect is not worth it. And when they don't find that out until too late, because people might take the vaccine or the experimental drug today, and months later, you know, they come down with something, you know, so you never really know about that kind of thing. But just making the point here that even though the company has no marketed products, this price appreciation is real. You can sell this stock and spend this money for real. It does not matter that they don't have any marketed products. That's why in technical analysis, we just watch the charts. Okay. We don't get caught up on the earnings stuff. If there's a stampede to buy some stock, if we'll buy it because you like it. Okay. You know, we'll sell it, you know, when it's time to sell. We're not committed to it like that. All right. And spiking to as high as $87 on Monday. Moderna stock price has since retreated below $70 as medical experts have debated the importance of the early findings. Now here's a little more detail about those sales. The securities transactions were done through automated insider trading plans known as 10b5-1 plans that lay out future stock trades and set prices and on set dates. Okay. So yeah, so higher executives, they have these they get options, stock options as part of their benefits package. And that plan has them identifying when they're going to sell it, so people can't read too much into it. Okay, I'm not going to read all of this. I just think that it's crazy that people are making it, and so this part of it saying that the optics are terrible. You know, that the stock is rising and insiders are quote profiting by selling stock. I think this is such a backwards way of thinking. Okay, Charles Elson, a corporate governance expert at the University of Delaware, said the Moderna stock sales underscore why he has always believed executives should not sell stock while they are at the company. Even if it can be done legally, the optics are terrible because it shows you have a better place to put your money. Yeah. That's that's their freedom. That's your freedom. You know, you don't have to look, you go to work, you do a good job. You don't owe your company any more than that. You don't have to tie your financial future to the future of the company. Can anybody say Enron? That's what happened. All those workers at Enron wouldn't sell their stock. There's no place for loyalty in the stock market. None. Okay. So yeah, that's all I wanted to say on that. But yeah, you can check this out. You can check this video out. I don't know what they talk about in it. Now we got a range of lawsuits coming up against Moderna because when they made a positive announcements about some of the recent trials, and it turns out that it only involved 8 people. And so apparently people are viewing that as like a misstatement of some sort of facts. So these lawsuits are popping up. And let's see. On May 18th, Moderna issued a press release to announce positive interim clinical data of mRNA 1273. This vaccine can against the word from a phase 1 study. Specifically, the company reported that dose-dependent, and this is some medical, I have no idea what this means, dose-dependent candidate against novel C word from a phase 1 study. Specifically, the company reported that dose-dependent increases in immunogenicity were seen across 3 dose levels and between prime and boost within the 25. Whatever. I need somebody that understands this. If you can write this down in the comment section and hip us to this, fine. But the bottom line is they announced good news. And it says on this news, the company's share price increased $13.31, so nearly 20%, to close at $80 per share on May 18th. Following the announcement of positive phase 1 data, Moderna announced a check this out, a $1.25 billion secondary public offering of 17.6 million shares of stock at $76 per share. So again, what I tell you, companies issue stock to raise money. So they're trying to raise more money, so they're issuing more shares. Typically, shareholders hate that. Current shareholders hate that because it dilutes the value of their shares. But that's not the company's interest. The company's interest is to raise money. Okay, so the company raises money, they'll dilute your shares. Now, some people generally sell on that and walk away, but I'm going to show you, or we'll see. I think that this will turn out to be a buying opportunity for people. I don't think it's going to take an abnormal decline. I didn't say they were going to decline. I said abnormal. Okay. When I get to the chart, we're going to get into that. On May 19th, 2020, various commentators pointed out information that undermined the positive results, including that the reported data concerned only 8 subjects from the study. Okay, so these lawsuits have come up. So this is this guy here, Law Office of Howard G. Smith. You look down here, you got another one, Frank Cruz Law Office, another law firm here, and another law firm here. So it's a mess. All right. Meanwhile, back to the charts. All right. I now am of the opinion that Moderna is in a reversal, and I'm expecting the price. I do not own it. This is for entertainment purposes, okay? As most of you know, I don't buy individual company stocks. So this is really entertainment. I generally don't buy it, okay? I won't even make an exception in this case for this one. Maybe I'm thinking about buying a marijuana stock, maybe. I don't like companies because of company specific things that can happen. Hold on for a second. Class action lawsuits, deaths, thefts, things like that. I like buying ETFs. Okay, I just play the macroeconomic trend. I'm not loyal to companies like that. All right, I just want the price action. All right, I want to be a part of the price moving up, and I want to get out. I don't really care beyond that. All right, so for me, if this price for entertainment, if this price stays above $53, it falls to somewhere in here. Especially if it doesn't take this out, but $53, somewhere 53, 58, somewhere in there, I'm good. I think this thing is good to go What's this say? 132, 132 area. We'll see how it goes, but a lot of interest is in this. And although those additional shares have been floated, I guess, onto the market or released onto the market, okay? Yeah, there's going to be some pullback, but I think it's going to be normal. Okay, normal would be going down in between 53 to 58. That would be normal. Okay, anything more than that, then I have to wonder. Okay, so we'll keep our eyes on this one. But yeah, Moderna, good luck with the trial. Good luck with the pullback. Leave those executives alone. Let them get their money, you know. The next video probably will be tomorrow. It's going to be on marijuana in general, Aurora cannabis in particular. So I'll talk to you then. Get your chart reading game up. Join me on Patreon. Peace.